we're still not zipped. Yeah, you want to make sure that you are sealed up because you do not want a bee to find its way inside your suit.
If they get inside, you're gonna be unhappy, aren't you?
You are going to be unhappy. Do you have gloves?
Have what?
Do you have gloves?
I have some over here, leather.
Great.
I've got some for you if you don't have them.
Yep, no, I've got them. This is good.
What do you use? 2 pair of...
Yes, I use knit gloves and then nitrile gloves over the top of them. To me, it's just easier to maneuver. But people, there's lots of different options you can use. It's just a matter of what works for you. All right, now I went ahead and brought my smoker all set up to light. And I wanted to show you, you want to get a galvanized bucket. It doesn't necessarily have to have a lid on it, but you want to get a galvanized bucket to put your smoker in, because in the summer when everything's all dry, you know, you put your smoker down and all of a sudden you've got a big grass fire.
Ooh, yeah.
So you want to get a, now I have one with a lid because back before I got my farm, my bees were on somebody else's property, so I had to transport it. So then, you know, even if it was still smoking, I could go like this.
I got you.
And put that in, and I didn't have to worry about, you know, something being burning inside my car.
That's another thing I want you to show me how to get the fire going, and then how much stuff you put in.
Now I went ahead and set this up before I left the farm. So what I've got in here, and it's just because I happen to have it around. This isn't like the way to do it. It's just how I do it. The pine straw. There's a reason Smokey the Bear, you know, says only you can prevent forest fires, because pine straw is so flammable. And then these things are called Quick Start. They sell them at Texas Bee Supply, and a number of other places. And these are my favorite starters. So we'll get this going, and then I just put pine shavings on there. So we'll get this going. New lighter I just opened.
You have pine trees on your property?
No, I bought a bale of that.
With 11 hives, I guess you need a lot.
Yeah. That's burning good, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on top of it.
So you really need a fire going in there, huh?
Yeah, now we're going to let it just get there and get burning, because you want cool smoke. Because if you know, get a hot smoke at the bees, you know, how would you feel if somebody blew hot smoke at you? You might get mad, right?
You want cool smoke, you say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kathy, I'm a little hard of hearing.
Yeah.
I'm very hard of hearing, as a matter of fact. Boy, that's good smoke there.
Yeah.
That'll probably smoke them out from here.
So the smoke, it functions because it masks the smell of the alarm pheromone. When bees get mad, how they tell other bees that there's a problem is they make this smell, they make this pheromone. And after a while, you'll start to be able to smell it. Like, to me, it smells like bananas. And so,
really?
My girlfriend's...
Well, I have a sensitive smell, so I may be able to smell it eventually. Let me ask you this. Do bees ever become enough familiar with the beekeeper that they kind of tolerate you?
I am convinced that they do become familiar with people, but not... I've never witnessed them actually saying, okay, that person's okay. I have witnessed them going, that's the person that got into our hive last week, and I still don't like her very much.
You what?
And I have felt like they're like, I recognize her and I don't like her because she keeps messing with us.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Like a girlfriend that came to the honey harvest one year, she wasn't suited up. She stayed way back, but she wasn't suited up. Bees get really cranky when you take their honey away. And they went after her and got her a few times, and she got in her car. For weeks, whenever she came anywhere near the hives, they were all over her. I'm convinced they remembered her. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So anything you ask 10 beekeepers about, you're going to get 11 different opinions. So just be ready for that. And it's just, there's lots of right ways to do things. And so don't think that just because somebody else does something a different way that you're doing it wrong or whatever.
Okay.
Just, beekeeping is all about just trying stuff and see what works and learning. And the other thing is that bees did not read any of the textbooks. So like they're supposed to do this and this and this, and they'll just do the opposite thing.
Everyone's different, just like humans, huh?
Yep. You will start to obviously notice some patterns and things like that, but then something will come out of way left field, and that's just part of the fascination of beekeeping. So
well, I'm really enthused about getting started with this.
Yeah. Well, and you know, we just passed the winter solstice, and the sunlight is increasing now, and when December 21st comes and goes, the bees are like, okay, it's time to start getting ready for a new season.
They've been out here looking on these plants here. I saw bees on it a while ago trying to find a bloom.
Yeah, well, and they're if you had chickens, like if any of your neighbors have chickens,
they do.
Those bees are going to be all over the chicken feed right now because they're looking for protein.
Oh, okay.
So like if there's sawdust somewhere, they'll be all over the sawdust. They'll be all over chicken feed. They're all over anything dusty because they're just desperately looking for protein.
So would it be a good idea to buy a bale of sawdust and scatter it around there?
Well, there's no nutrition for them on the sawdust. It's just the bees are desperate enough that they're looking for it everywhere. Now there is a thing, there is pollen substitute. In fact, I'll show you a video of some pollen substitute that I put out. So there you can see I have a thing where I've put some pollen substitute in there, and the bees are just going crazy for it. That's not a beehive.
Okay.
I've just got pollen in there.
Okay.
And they're just in there.
You buy that up
at Texas Bee Supply.
And that's in Prosper?
In Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge. Okay.
Yeah. Nice people, and they have great classes, both online and in person. I prefer in person, but they have a learning bee yard out there where they where you go and you sit in a classroom and you learn stuff, and then you suit up and you go out to the bee yard, and they take you through beehives and stuff. So yeah, they're super good, nice people. All right, shall we get our smoker and head out?
Okay.
All right.